Welcome back to Athletics Tutorials. This is Brad running through Milestone graphics today. Now, my first thing, if I'm ever doing a Milestone graphic for the NRL, and it'd be same for the NBL, NBA, MLB, same deal, is that you're always going to want to use a subject with a picture that is action. Because you're going to use a lot of information, statistics around, you need that first look. When they're flicking through social media, you want that first action to be engaging and exciting. You don't want to just use a pretty standard image of them standing still and stuff. That's not going to create excitement. So we're going to make a fake Milestone graphic with Torrey Craig, who's just signed to the Denver Nuggets, which is very exciting. He's been playing in the NBL for a few years now, so congratulations to him. Make sure you follow him on Instagram and support those who's been supporting other leagues around the world as a champion. So I usually start out, okay, I've masked, I've edited, here we are, it's cool. My first thought is, okay, my main statistic, and my main statistic for Torrey today is going to be, he has just scored 85 points, mental. I'm going to text that a line. I'm going to blow it up a bit bigger because that's a big deal. 85 points. Mental. What a game. What a champion. Pick a font that you like. Got a few fun ones that I've been using recently. Oh, that's cool. I like that one. Unreal. Now I'm going to chuck this behind Torrey Craig because you can see enough. You've got to be able to pick up in an instant what that number is. 85 points. We're just going to stick with points. So what I'll do to save time, not save time, save space, is I'm actually going to incorporate points, the word points. Oh geez, my spelling is on fire. There's the abbreviation, points, done. I'm actually going to place that in the actual number, and that gives me a bit of space, in a sense, to use for any other elements that I want to do in. I'm not worried, I'm not dictated then by, let's change the color so we can see it, because the more elements and important elements that we have, the more we have to take into regard. So I'm going to center that in here. That's looking cool, it's looking sharp. I could write points through the whole deal. Nah. Now I don't really like how much kerning difference is in between the T and the S. So we're just going to bring that together so it's same across the board. Beautiful. So that's my base. What I'll do is I'll select both, I'll hold down command, and that'll allow me to potentially, I'll hold down command, that'll do this, and I'll be able to put it anywhere, but I'm going to hold down shift as well now, and that's going to lock that line in place. And that's looking pretty freaking fresh. I want to make sure it's centered, I want to have balance in my piece. 85 points. Unreal. Gonna bring in a color. Denver Nuggets, we can go the contrast, which is the gold behind him. And now you're starting to go, okay, cool, this is what it is. I'm just gonna have a quick look through my feed. I just did one last week. I've done a few recently. Your background could be minimal, could be abstract, could be whatever you want it to be. What I suggest is when you are working, especially at the start, is work in a way that you kind of stay on brand a little bit with team colors and all that stuff. So I find that important. Well, you could, yeah, that's cool. So there, boom, graphic, done, sorted. That's it. That's all I have to do. No more information. Why? Because NBA, NRL, anyone who's posting it is going to write information in the copy. So the less information they have, the better. They want to keep it artistic. They want to keep it creative. They want to keep it bold and simple and engaging. So they're not going to fill up any of this space with extra stuff. If you've got more stats, yeah, you've got to balance around, like, let's just duplicate these, hide that. If I had 3 stats, I'd be looking to go 85 up here and something over here. Maybe the 85, maybe the big one, because I'll make that a bit bigger. And then, you know, rebounds or something. And I might even put that in front of him, create that depth again. So it's a matter of, actually I'd mask that hand out, so you're putting this in front, that'd look really cool. Yeah, let's do it. All right, how many rebounds? 20. Unreal. What a champ. Who would have thought? Assists. Well, if he scored 83, we're going to go triple double, so we'll go 14 assists. Now, I've got to rearrange that points and change that. Obviously, I'm going to slot that in there. Cool. I'm going to go back up the top. I'm going to 20 rebounds. Cool. Now I'm going to pull this a bit in from the edge so that it has enough negative space for it to stand out. Looking sharp. Great job, Tori. This is a big game. I might even chuck that in front of him a little bit. Well, we're copping. So that's all I do. It's even for a 3. What I'm looking at is for 20. I'm going to rasterize that. I'm going to... Nope. We're going to put it on Torrey Craig layer. I'm going to click outside of him, and then I'm going to Command-Shift-I, and that's going to select inside. That's going to inverse the selection. And I'm going to mask, and it's already masked, so I'm going to have to do it again. Actually, that's a trick. If there's no selection, you click the mask button down here, it won't do anything, which is at times better or worse depending on your workflow. Need the wand out. Inverse, Command-Shift-I. I'm going to get my brush out over here, not that one. And I'm simply going to... I'm masking the wrong thing. Indeed I am. I know what I'm doing. Jeez. Alright, so what I might do then, that's there. I'm going to knock that out again so that we get that balance. Looking tight. Well done, Tori. So hierarchy simple. Bigger number, bigger space. Smaller numbers, smaller space. Simple. As for background, do whatever you want. Try and make it like these 4 elements right here have to be the dominant. So I might just grab a real quick, where are we? Elements, real quick background. And your background is gonna dictate paint textures. Nah, not really. Textures, where am I? Backgrounds. Again, let's just go space, easy days. Cause he's out of space, yo. No, okay, stop being silly. Boom. Now, the orange doesn't really work for the thing, so I'd have to change that. We're gonna chuck one more texture over the top. We'll chuck another space in, why not? And that's it, you can use a semi-realism or whatever. Overlay, cool. I might just whack it so that it's the same color as his jersey. That's not really working, doesn't make him pop. It doesn't, it's too much. You know what? Gradient overlay. Boom, too much. Where's a good one? Where's a good blue? That's alright. That's... So this is it, you can spend all day. But a lot of time these guys have to, like, they've got to get this out in 10-15 minutes, so... change that colour to an orange. That's gross. But you're seeing what we have the possibility. I want to reverse that. What's that? Oh no, dear me. Let's just do that. Set it. It'd actually help a lot too if you set a black and white underneath. Max white. I'll give this a bit more light. And yeah, shadows, whatnot, is all well and good. Again, CC over the top. That's not what I wanted to do. I have a really good CC set up for these colors. Boom, tidy. Let's change points, rebounds, assists to background color. Nice. So that's like, it's simple, it's easy. You can do so much with like adding a blur behind, filter, blur, radial blur, gives a bit of movement. There is stacks you can do. And so I don't want to spend too much time wasting your time just mucking around. Cool. Big ass brush. That's cool. Another fun one is if you grab some particles. And yep, that's perfect. And you add a radial blur. This would be a good little trick. Blur, radial blur. We'll go spin, we'll go best, and we'll go 22. How about that? This will take a little bit while I'm recording. Cool. I'm gonna set it to lighten. Just gonna. Oh. There you go. Set the screen. Get a bit more. You can do so much of setting these up for drop shadow. It needs to be on normal direction. Gradient overlays. This is fun now. That's fun. Change the angle so it kind of suits. Suits the deal. Make sure it's well balanced. Knock it back a little bit. I don't know. Like there is stacks. You could chuck in a white right there and another. Okay, bevel and boss. Cool beans. You can do so much. Now, I probably wouldn't stick with that gradient because it's made it harder to see. So that's a big part of what, like, it's got to be simple. Actually, I like that. And that's it. If you need to create more contrast, boom, let's add outer glow, whatever. We're going kind of stupid now, but whatever. Actually, where's the orange? That little cool-ish. Looking a bit retro. Anyway, there it is. 17 minutes, doing Milestone graphics. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got questions, let me know. But that's what I would... You can chuck more elements, like you could chuck... I keep thinking of more things to do. You can chuck that in front. If you had a more dominant deal. Anyway, that's looking pretty fun. Here's a real quick trick. If you don't want to redo or figure out the deals, you can copy layer style and add it to 14, paste layer style. Now it'll paste it as big as what that is, so you may need to adjust a little bit more for the deal. And where's the other one? What am I looking for? 20. It is paste layer style, boom, look sharp. Actually, it looks kind of silly with that gradient, but whatever. You can just turn those off straight up. And too easy. There you go. I would add one more thing. I'd scrap this gradient. I would chuck in the slightest grey. Yeah, that's nice. Again, I'm going to copy layer style, paste layer style, and then paste it. Here it is. Cool. Done. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something out of it. 20 minutes is a long tutorial. My apologies. Awesome. Hopefully you can start making some Unreal Milestone graphics.